Okay, getting ready to go on a motorcycle adventure, except it's not a motorcycle. it's a beat up bicycle that's been sitting out in the rain for who knows how long. And since I have been unable to get a motorcycle yet, I found several. One got bought out from under me. It was pretty much close to the perfect bike, and somebody bought it out from under me. Guy came in and snaked me the day. Ooh, this is not fun. So it's been a while since I've ridden a bicycle, and that should not be. Wow, I'm really unstable on a bicycle. I used to mountain bike all the time. Well, at least several times a month. I'd go out to a great place in Birmingham and get my pedal on. But it's been quite a while. So it rained already this morning, but other than that, I think it's rained once in the last, I don't know, 7-8 days. It's been beautiful. And this is what I call a beautiful day. At least on this side of the island. And there's some of my neighbors. Hey, birdies! Well, that was a short adventure. The tire that I just aired up that I thought may have just been a slow leak. Pretty severe leak, but I guess it's better that I found out here than 3 miles away.
Since it would have taken $50 in gas to drive my brother's truck back over to Kona, I devised a plan to take the luxury bus liner over to Kona and swap out for my motorcycle and ride it back over the saddle in between the two volcanoes back home. And that's what I did.
Now I want you to go to that bus station, the bus stop right over there. We talked about this, remember? You wait on the bus to arrive.
But I don't want to go.
You're gonna be fine, kiddo.
But this is my first bus ride. I've never been on a bus before.
You're gonna make lots of friends, trust me.
But I'm afraid.
You're a very friendly boy, and people like you. Doggone it. Now you go over there and sit and wait for the bus that goes to Kona. You hop on it. Once you get there, make sure you hop off on the Kona stop and wait for a gentleman to bring you the motorcycle.
So I gotta ride the motorcycle back over here?
You love riding bikes.
But I'm afraid.
You'll be just fine. You'll be just fine.
Ooh, this is nice. All the way to Kona for $2. That's insane.
You know you can pay more if you want.
I gotta tell you, I didn't know exactly what I was in for on this magical luxury tour bus, but this thing will take you around the entire island for $2, and it's a spectacular island. We had done some forays into the island on the coast, and I knew kind of what to expect, but to sit there in a nice cool bus and ride through not only the jungle side but over on the Kona desert side, it's just something I wasn't expected. And this is the backside of Mauna Kea, and if you look, squint hard enough, you can see the observatories up in the center of the mountain there. And the thing that I didn't really expect is to see burns like this. It's so dry on this side that they have posted signs, no fires, burn warnings, just like the Rockies west on the mainland. This was really a surprise. I knew that they had deserts, but I didn't think that it would be this dry. And this is a shock. Still beautiful, exceptional.
Waiting on a guy to either come pick me up or bring me a motorcycle so I can ride it. I gotta lay a wad of cash in his hands before I can ride it. So. Pretty excited to be here. That was a fun ride. It runs! It rolls!
Rock and roll, man.
I'll be back in a minute.
My initial impressions rolling down the hill towards the beach, my first impression was this thing is gutless, but I wanted to give it a little bit of a try. It's kind of hard to test things going downhill. It may be even harder to test things going uphill, but I just wanted to make sure that it pulled appropriately and didn't rattle and come apart and shake and make all kinds of weird noises. And once you romped on the throttle, it performed a good bit better. My last V-Strom was a leader bike, and I was a little bit biased because that thing had tons of torque, second gear wheelies and all kinds of crazy stuff. So I was a little bit disappointed. But once I romped on the throttle, like I said, it got up and get.
It's got a funny sound. It may just be the chain.
Exactly.
Chain, yeah.
The chain a bit loose because it less stress on the axle. So I'm just telling you, if you want to tighten it, you're not gonna have that.
That's exactly what I thought it was.
So I rode the bike out of Kona and onto the saddle road, and as I ascended up in between the volcanoes, I decided to gear up, at least the gear that I had brought with me, and put some earbuds in for the wind noise.
So I just rolled out of Kona on my freshly purchased, new to me V-Strom. And there I have no helmet, no cold weather gear, just this little rain thing, and I got 50 miles to go before I get home. There are wild pigs and wild goats crossing the highway here, but what could really go wrong?
So shortly after this, I lost my camera battery, and I did not get the footage of me riding through 50-degree rain with no helmet and no real insulation. It was quite a thrilling experience. Probably I won't be repeating that anytime soon. I've got some okay gear to ride up here in the weather, but I was actually scared. My fingers turned white. I got the white knuckle experience because I was so cold. I was shivering. This bike has some wind protection, but not enough at 50 degrees and wet. So, but it was very exciting. I was glad to go down the mountain here. It's actually a saddle. It's a rise. I think it's 5,000-6,000 feet right here. But the weather is crazy up here. It's foggy, it's rainy, it snows. It does everything that it does down below except get up to 80 degrees. I don't think it ever gets up to 80 degrees here. It's always cold up here. But you can see some of the fog and some of the mist coming in right there. On all the travel advisories, they they signify this road as a very dangerous road because of all the weather conditions and the lack of any kind of contact with civilization. It's I think it's 55 miles from the beginning of this road down into Hilo before you get fuel or anything else. There's a couple of spots up here where you can stop, like rest stops. There's some hiking up here, and there's actually a military base up here, and it looks like they fly helicopters out of it. It's a very interesting place. On the right side is Mauna Loa, and on the left side is Mauna Kea, two extremely large mountains formed from volcanoes billions of years ago. I will be going up on Mauna Kea very soon because that's what I'm most fascinated with about the island, other than the spectacular coast. But hopefully that's coming up soon. And my island adventures are just now starting because I have some freedom and ability to get out on my new motorcycle and explore some of this fantastic island. So look forward to the next stuff that's coming up. Maybe the next one you'll see is going up on the volcano. Hope to do that very soon, and I hope to see you there.